music here. Cueing it now. And I obviously fucked that up. I clicked something and it just jumped the music way ahead. Well, that's a good way to start the 9th episode of the Kappa Council. The last episode of well, let's say this season. We don't have a date when it's gonna pick up, but it's the last episode this year, you know, and you know, I guess it might be like Game of Thrones, right? Where you'll be like, oh my god, like we'll have to come up with a cliffhanger ending, and then we'll be like, you know, a year from now, you know, next season will be here. That's like the most painful series to watch, though. Anyway, with us today is K-Civ4. What's up, man?
Hello.
And that's all?
Oh,
Okay.
what's up? Oh, I'm really excited for this winter patch. The devs keep teasing it, and there's so much goodies I can feel it.
We're gonna look at that, and also Martin, one of the Faeria developers. Hi, how are you?
Hello. Hi everyone, and yeah, I guess I'm here to speak about the winter patch. And yeah,
we're gonna speak about that. We're gonna look at some of the structure cards in the last week of the contest. You guys haven't decided yet, though, right?
No, not exactly decided, but we have some
favorites.
Some favorites already.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. We'll see if we might be able to figure out which cards that might be when we go through some of them.
Yeah.
and for how long will the poll be going then?
Actually, maybe it will only last 1 or 2 days, because we wanted to add the cards for the winter patch.
Really?
So
we'd be like,
it might be a very fast poll if we get enough answers.
5 people voting like, oh, this one won. It had 2 votes.
Yeah.
2 days. I think in 2 days, most people that are
active will figure it out. Obviously, I think yeah. I mean, probably everybody who's been participating in the contest will be looking at which cards to vote for.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also think, you know, you should probably just add all 3 of them, though. Anyway, but maybe you're doing that. Don't say anything then. Don't spoil it. Like, but please do. Like, just be like, well, we just had the poll for funsies. Now we're just gonna add all of the 3 cards anyway. Awesome.
Polls are fun. I think more people should use polls in their posts.
More people should polls? Really? Wow.
Is this a good post? Yes, no, maybe.
I hate it when polls have the freaking maybe option. I hate it. It's like, or don't care, you know, and everybody's like, I don't care. But at least they're voting then, I guess. You should use your right as a democracy to vote. Alright, should we... Okay, I don't know. Should we start with the patch, or should we start going through cards?
I would say go for the patch, because that's interesting and really exciting.
You
and then we can do cards.
Okay.
I'm so excited for this.
Oh damn! Obviously, I have all the cards prepared. What should I show for the patch, though, or should we just let Martin tell us about it? So, is there anything I can show? Do we have like anything showing what will be in it?
They had a cool little dragon on their blog.
Oh! I'll go get the dragon.
But I mean, that's not really. I mean, it's not necessary.
Yeah. Well, Martin, tell us about the winter upcoming patch here. Is it still scheduled for the 24th?
Yeah, it's still. I hope we will do the maximum, and maybe there will be more things coming in the week. So as we say on the news, it's basically winter theme patch. So there will be winter lands and winter backgrounds and maybe winter cards, and there will be some cards also that will be added to the patch. There will be some shop options that we will add, and
Ooh.
also the new play page. So that's the big feature, of course, and we hope it's going to help a lot the new players.
I think so. I mean, reading all the posts, people commenting, it sounds like it's gonna effectively do what it's supposed to. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it's hard for us to choose what to do, and we had to do something, and we felt it was the good option.
Mm-hmm. It says winter themes, tile sets, game background. All of that will be like, will it be only during winter, or will that be permanently in?
Maybe they could be used in some quests that happen in some places that are always in the snow.
Yeah.
And maybe later also you will have different seasons at the same time, and sometimes it will be winter at some places. And
So now it will be temporary, like you will have it over a period. Okay.
Yes, that's how we will use them during the beta. So during winter, you will have winter tile sets, and it also shows how it can affect the experience to play the game in different tile sets, and so that's also a bit of a teasing for the new client also.
Yeah.
Oh.
What will the Winter Feast card do? Do we know that yet?
Yeah, it's related quite to the story, the Winter Feast card. So it will be blue and green, like synergy.
Blue and green synergy, but it's but what color is the card though?
It's a blue card.
It's a blue card. Okay. Awesome.
Very nice.
I'm actually gonna link this in chat to the story of the Winter Feast of Eirimar. I'm not sure how to say that.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. If you want to read up on that, on the lore. I like the map in the background there as well. It just looks so good. And also, okay, and the contest winners card. An introduction of classic play. That's gonna be the old unranked play, right?
Yes, exactly.
How will that work out?
It's actually like the ranked mode now, except that you don't play for the ladder and for the yellow. So it's just if you want to test your deck, for example, maybe you will go to classic play.
But it will still like queue you up, right? You don't have to challenge anyone, right?
Yeah. And it will be a bit of a less competitive mode. So if you come back to the game and you haven't played for a while, maybe you will first try a bit your deck and and also new players, of course, will. So for new players, they won't be able to play ranked until level 30. And they will go through this classic mode to level up and grind
that actually
Memoria.
Sounds really good. That actually sounds like how it should be.
Yeah, we wanted this for a long time, but it's always a matter of choice, of course, since we are still a small team.
Oh yeah, definitely. It sounds better also. It just like unranked didn't sound that exciting, right? It's just classic play sounds. It's the word as well as the way it's gonna work. Oh, that sounds good. As well as ranked being available at level 30.
And that's really nice too that it actually has a queue, because I mean I know if you had friends and you had people that played and like people you consistently talk to, it was easy to get unranked games. You're just like, oh hey, ex friend of mine, hey, let's play some games. But if you're just like playing the game, you're not really connected with any group of people, or you're not, on the community TeamSpeak or like anything like that. It was kind of hard to find people to play with, so you're kind of like spamming in all chat like, hey, does anyone want to play unranked? So I really like that there's a queue now. That'll be really nice. I'm really excited for that. I know I'm going to be using that because I'm not good enough to be playing ranked, but
ranked is all the good people.
I have a piece of paper and I have like my highest ranking rating.
Really?
I'm just like, yes, this is my highest achieved rating. And I'm like, okay.
How high is it?
Oh, it's not very high.
No, tell us.
The highest I got was 152nd, and my highest rating was 1792.
But 152nd isn't that bad, man.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but top 100 was the goal. But I was like, oh man.
I remember when I just started the game and I at some point was like, I don't know, 400 something. I was like, I'm top 500, dog.
Oh,
like, yeah,
I was literally the lowest. Like I was 6,500 something, and like I would lose games, and my like ranking would not drop because
oh, you were at the bottom.
I was literally at the bottom. So I was at the bottom, and I worked my way to the semi-top and mid-scale ladder.
The semi-top.
I was very proud of it too. I was very proud. I didn't use a pre-built deck or like one that someone else made. I kind of just took green and I kind of made my own, and I used that till top 200, and then I switched to blue, I think, because I think it was during the blue rush, and then I was using that. So I felt pretty good about my green deck. I was like, it may not be top 50, but I was very proud that it was a deck that I came up with, and it's just I think it had shamans and bongas and stuff. Like it wasn't very optimized, but it was a lot of fun to play. So
that's what it's about. It's about having fun, and obviously should be proud getting up there. I mean, getting there, you did also beat some really good people, though. I remember you were super excited when you beat the ranked second, or
yeah,
was it?
That was Hithlum. That was with the old ambush. That was fun.
Oh, I love that.
Let's be fair. He did make 2 mistakes. Like he betted that I didn't have the card. I did have it, so it was I shouldn't really have won, but it was fine.
Yeah, well, you did, so.
I did. Well, okay. So I took out 2 of his harvesters with Tiki Ambush because he placed a human card on a forest so I could kill it. And then at that point, he was like, okay, whatever. So then he plays a dragon. So then I baited him in with a Might and Guts on, I forget what it was. And then I used the Might and Guts, so it was fun. I was very proud of that moment. I was like, yes.
Awesome. I think you and I, Martin, are like, what, 2-1 now? I think... Haven't I won 2? You won 1 or something?
I don't remember exactly.
I know I'm ahead,
it
though.
It should be nice. We want to add history.
Oh yeah, you should have that added. Will that be in soon, or is that?
Not soon, because it will be with the player profile when we work on this. So.
Oh, just hearing player profile sounds awesome. Like, player profile.
Yeah, we really need a good one.
in the upcoming patch, it also says introduction of classic play and pre-made decks. What type of decks are we looking at?
It will be decks that you unlocked with your level. So when you level up, you unlock a pre-made deck. So it will be like balanced deck that you can play right away and.
Oh!
Do you get to keep the cards?
That's really cool.
You don't have to get the cards to play with the decks.
Oh, okay.
So it like gives you like a semi-good blue deck that you can then play with.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
not
awesome.
the best blue deck, but a good balanced deck.
So it's like that's really good. I when I downloaded one of the Magic games like years and years ago when it was on Steam, that was kind of what it was. It was like you got a build deck and you could play with that, and I love that. The learning from that deck was really awesome. So I'm really excited to see that in Faeria, because that'll be really cool.
It's really important, and also for the new players who want to get into the game and they don't especially understand the deck building, because you have to know the game and experience.
Building decks is not easy. I mean, good decks. Like, I mean, sure, you can be like, oh, I like this card. This card is fun, and throw them together. And then you might be wondering why you are losing games, and it might just be because like the cards you're using are just not like working together at all.
And now so it will be more like the classic play. You play maybe to try your deck and to prepare it for the ranked if you're level 30. And if you're level 1 to 30, you can make your deck if you want. But you can play with this deck, and they may be usually better because you don't have to get the cards. So it's also easier.
And that'll be really nice, since there's like it would introduce like a standardized kind of deck that's not, you can't really. anyway, with the introduction of pre-made decks, it then allows like very specific guides off a deck that most people will be using to be made. So then you have like this excellent learning guide that can go crazy in depth, because I feel like now like you can do an in-depth guide on a deck, but then that deck changes next week and then that guide's kind of old. But with the introduction of like a pre-made set deck, you can make an in-depth guide. This is how you want to build. This is how you want to draw. This is how your tricks will play out. And it's like this, I mean, it'll be great because people can just read, this, well, hopefully not too large, but this large information of this deck, and then they start to learn these mechanics. They start to understand how this deck plays and how that affects the game, and that's really cool. I'm really excited to see that for sure.
Yes.
Awesome. So is it just one deck for each color, or how many?
Oh, yes, maybe more than one. It will be one for each color at the beginning, then you will be 2 color deck. So we're thinking about like 7 or 8 pre-made decks that you can unlock.
Already in the patch?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is making me so excited. This is like, I mean, okay, so I'm not very good at deck building yet. I'm getting there. Like I'll be talking with people and I'll be like, wait, what about this card? And they'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm like, yes, I know a good card. But this is really exciting for me because this will just allow me to come onto the game with an even playing field against someone else and learn it, and I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be really cool.
Okay, so 7, 8 pre-made decks. By which level would you unlock the first one then?
The first one is when you unlock the first quest, and you can unlock them quite with the first quest.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome.
So that's pretty early, and that's really good.
Yeah, of course. It's needed. So you can get into the classic play more easily, and
Will the books that you can buy from Memoria still be there? Like these, I don't know what you called those, the starter books or stuff.
Well, they are doing shop things. So.
Yeah, actually, we don't. No. Not in the Memoriam. The shop. The shop is just the
on the website.
On the website, yeah. So you can get an additional key for Christmas. But for the Memoriam, I think we should change the way of the starter, how they work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we will do this after, not for the patch, but I guess they will. Yeah, the starter, you don't need them anymore if you unlock decks. Maybe.
That's true. But so when you unlock a deck, though, I mean, the cards in that deck, are they added to your library?
No.
You don't. So you have that as a separate thing.
Yeah.
You don't own the cards. Okay. But you still have a deck, and that means you can't modify the deck either. You can't change it.
No.
Okay.
No. Yep. So that's a bit different.
Okay. That will be interesting to see how it looks in the game, but it sounds really good, though.
It's definitely something I'll be playing and spending a majority of my time on. That's for sure.
At least to explore the decks and see what they are about, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe after I, kind of mastered each one, I'll graduate on to, building my own. But I don't know. I'm really not a fan of just copying someone else's deck. Like someone's like, I made this new deck. It's ridiculously strong. I'm really not the person that's like, I need to have that. I'm more of the person that's like, wow, he came up with something really good. I need to come up with something really good. So I'm really excited to play this pre-made mode so I can like learn and.
Can you use these unlocked decks in ranked play when you're 30?
No.
So okay, they're only for classic. Oh, yeah, that sounds fair.
You can rebuild it for ranked, but
that's true. That's true.
of course.
That's true.
If you have the cards.
I mean, you can copy it if you have the cards. That's true.
Yeah, and I think we still need a database for decks now that we have all these. Maybe in the thread or in the forum or like. There should be know that you can import decks. We could do this.
I've been using that a lot.
The import-export?
Like when people are like, oh, I have this deck. Instead of like sending them a list that they have to create, they're just like, boom, copy paste it. It's really nice. That was really good. That was a really good patch. It was kind of like subtle. It's just like, oh yeah, we added import export to the
Which is
disc.
really big, actually. Which is really
Yeah, and then everyone's like, wait, what? Like reading through the patch log. It's like, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, they added import export. Okay. Wait, whoa, wait. Yeah, what? And it was really awesome.
Yeah, it's coming into something like all these small ads, like they're making the game really better and better.
And the last dot, at least I'm just reading off the website. Winter sales, get an extra copy, valid for item bought on the shop. That offer will be
Yes.
available for the last week of 2013, which would be. Wait, the last week? I mean, you do mean next week, right? Like from tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
From
Yeah.
so it will be added very soon.
Okay, awesome.
And we will also give the option to get free trial keys in the shop. So
Oh,
you don't
you
need a
can-
card. You don't need a card, and you just like go to get a key. So it will be much
Awesome.
easier.
Oh, great.
To like it's like a free trial, easily.
Yeah,
That's-
that'll
that
be nice.
sounds
I know
good.
there's a few people that. I think I have one full access key, and there's like a bunch of people that are like, oh, I want to try the game, and I was like, well, I don't want to give you full access if you're just gonna try it because it's like really special.
Yeah.
So I'm like temporary keys. That's awesome. I'll be hitting those up. Like, oh yeah, dude, here. Or like, cause I know like there's a lot of newer streamer type people maybe have like 10 viewers maximum on a good day, and I watch them on a regular basis and stuff, and I've been talking up Faeria to everyone, how I am. So and they're like, oh, I really want to try that game, but they're like, oh well, I don't I don't really want to spend $10. That's kind of expensive. And it's like, oh, okay, well, let me get you a trial key then. So that'll be really exciting. I know I'll be doing that. That'll be awesome.
That just reminded me. If you're watching this now or later, and you participated in that giveaway here on Metagaming TV down below, where up to 500 followers thing, you should check your inbox, because if you participated, you might have won. Like I sent that out as a PM, and it was super delayed. And also big thanks to Evil Shredder for donating the full access key for Faeria. And hopefully
Awesome.
someone who gets it either needs it or gives it to a friend, right?
Yeah.
So, and I have actually a few more of those keys that I will be giving away. But I've been kind of, I don't want to give away full access keys to the game now. Like, I want to wait until, closer to release, when it's more interesting for people to actually get the keys. I feel it will do better and more good, I think, at that point. That's what I think, at least, when it comes to full access giveaways for games that are in early access. But it's good though that people can try and get to try the game though without having to pay. I think that's good.
Yeah, with all these things together, with the new mod and these keys, we really want to bring more players to the beta, because we feel it's the right moment also to do it. We always said it's better to bring a lot of players at the same time in the game, and now we know that the player base is quite decreasing.
Yeah.
And we need more activity in the game because
Yeah. With Christmas and everything, it's just
It's just
yeah, of course. So
and I know from what I've been hearing from different people I've talked to, like, hey, why did you kind of stop for a week, or why haven't you been playing as much? And they're like, well, I don't have this OP deck, and everyone's playing this OP deck, so it's not really fun for me to play, but I love the game. So this pre-made mode that you're talking about is like the perfect solution for that. Like, they don't have to play against crazy decks that may or may not be too strong. They can just play standard, and it's like that's really exciting for me.
Yeah, the draft mode also will be very very big.
Oh yeah, I'm
Do
really
we have
excited
details
for
on the
that.
draft mode yet, Martin? Like, how is it gonna work? Do you know that? Have you decided?
We haven't designed it, and that's also why we decided to do this pre-made decks also, because it was easier to design.
Yeah. Do you have any good ideas of how the draft mode will work? Like, how is it supposed to be a mode open for all, or will you pay Memoria for it?
Maybe you will pay Memoria to enter, so it will be another
is
use
a
for
really
the
good
Memoria
idea.
because it's always used for the cards, and
That's
I
a
think it
really
would be
good
nice
idea,
to use.
actually.
Yeah.
Because now you have a good
So
sync. Now you have a reason to play to get Memoria besides just card. That's a really good.
Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah,
if draft mode was free, I think that will just be what everybody does because it's so popular, right? And I like it being this more exclusive thing. Obviously not paying money, but paying with using
Gives
the
you
Memoria.
incentive.
Yes, gives you incentive, and also that when you have that you pay Memoria for playing the draft mode. However, it will be designed and for however long a draft mode will run. Hopefully, that will also include either keeping the cards you draft or at the end of it getting rewarded with some packs or whatnot.
I think it's some rewards, and I'm reading about the draft in online games, and I agree it's really tough to design a good system. That's why
I think,
we couldn't do it so fast,
Yeah, you want to get it right.
rush.
and I think that the pre-made solution is perfect to like a good
And
draft
so
mode.
for the new players,
So.
yeah.
It solves like so many, not necessarily problems, but it's I'm really excited for it. And like if you look at, I mean, speaking of Scrolls and Hearthstone, like I mean, I don't really know so much about Scrolls, but I know Hearthstone. Everyone that was streaming it complained that the perfect decks, but this was like before Arena was like the most popular thing. They're like, oh, this game isn't very fun because it's just people that have paid a bunch of money to get the OP cards that do whatever. So a lot of people stop playing because of that. And I think that's sort of kind of like the same kind of thing, which is why the player base has been decreasing in Faeria, is because it's like you have a really amazing deck that beats everyone or you don't. But I think with this introduction of these pre-made decks and stuff, it definitely allows people to play without having to play these perfect decks. Because if I'm a new person, I'm not going to understand why this deck is so strong or even how to find it or get it. So the pre-made, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that. But yeah, and I know the arena and draft mode, like when that comes out, that's like everyone I talk to is so excited for it. And I know with how involved you guys are with the community and other players and people, it'll be really hard to do. Like I have no idea even how to start that process. But I mean, you guys take so much feedback. I'm sure you guys will come up with something amazing, and it'll be exactly what the community is looking for. So I'm really excited for that. So
Yeah, I accept the deck to be not exactly well balanced when the patch come out, and we will need also the community for this.
The community will figure out which of the pre-made decks are the best and only play that one. That's what's gonna happen.
But the thing is that the playing field will be so much more even. Like even if you figure out which one is the best, like it takes it less from my deck is this strong, your deck is this strong. It makes it more like this. Like yeah, one's stronger than the other, but it's all relatively the same power. So I'm really excited to test this when this patch comes out. Every day I'm on waiting for it. I'm like, okay, maybe they did it a little bit early. Okay, no, they didn't.
No, they did it. Okay, I think I had two questions. I remember one. I'm really curious, Martin, to hear what you guys, where you are when it comes to the standalone client. Do you know that?
I know. About this, the next month we go to our new place where we work, and it will be really a new step for us where we can prepare the new client. And I know that GM and Oli are already looking at it, at the technology, and it's all about this. It's beginning. It will be a long work, but for the moment we couldn't really we are still working on the old client and improving the game and the beta experience. So we're still in this for the moment, and I guess we will have more news around March. about
Yeah.
it. Because
doing a client is
Mhm.
that's a good road to take.
I mean,
Or a hard road, I should say, not a good road, a
yeah,
hard
the
road.
standalone will be a huge step. So you know, you obviously want to make sure that it's a good step.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember back when I was like, well, standalone is coming soon, you know, and people were like,
No.
oh, it's like a week away.
Yeah,
Here
we wanted
are.
the standalone for the R standalone, which is less work, and that could be coming also. I'm not sure about it, but
Because that's the standalone I was talking about, just like the first standalone. I know you're talking
Yeah.
about a more advanced standalone client for further down the road.
You guys do so much work. Holy cow.
yeah, that's
Like-
it's quite crazy with all the different things we have to decide, and sometimes we think, okay, we're going to do this, and we announce it, and it's it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to be careful what you say to the players, like what is coming and when.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you okay, I remember my previous question, but I'm gonna get to it later. About I was actually curious to hear what you think now. You know, having some time to digest how well the Kickstarter went. How, you know, was it like, you know, if you could rate it, like how happy were you guys with the ending result of the Kickstarter?
We're really happy to have succeeded in this, and it's really like when I think back at it. Sometimes when I'm into it, I didn't really realize, because we have like expectation, and when you see it growing, and we always want it to succeed more, and to have like this big boost where like Total Biscuit comes and it makes like exploding
Hopefully.
things. But now that I look at it in the past, and I see all the activity and all the community that has been, and all the things that have been said on the game, and there's a lot of talking on the game, and a lot of fun, and like
Mhm.
I don't know, it's really exciting, and it's really awesome to have this experience of the game growing, and this beta. It's really like a story, like it's
So-
really
Yeah.
Especially with the game still being in development. I mean, there's a couple programming streams I watch about, you know, games in development and stuff, and they don't have I mean, these are, you know, well, maybe not AAA, maybe AA companies. So, but I mean, they don't have near the talk or the community or the conversation and the activity with the game, and they're an actual company trying to put out their game, and they're talking about it, and that doesn't happen. But Faeria, I mean, you guys are just making this game, and it's like, I was looking back on the Kickstarter, like looking at other games, how well they did, and Faeria did amazingly well.
At least when you look
considering
at what they
that it
expected,
didn't-
right?
Yeah, well, I mean, not even that. Like, considering that, okay, the things that do amazingly well on Kickstarter have like previous people that are famous, new people that are famous, and we had some of that with, you know, a few like semi-professional streamers and such, but we never really had like a famous person come in and say, this game is awesome, hello internet, everyone should play Faeria. And despite that, we did, I mean,
That's
you
true.
guys did phenomenally well. I mean, considering that most of it was word of mouth, oh man, like that is crazy to me. Because I look at other games, I'm like, well, this game raised like $20 million. And I was like, well, it had this person backing it who reaches, you know, 10 million people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And Faeria just did amazingly well for, I mean, how technically small it is. Like, oh man, it's so exciting.
Yeah,
I'm
because
so
compared to
excited.
those millions and millions of dollars gathered Kickstarters, obviously, I mean, Faeria didn't reach, you know, even close to the amount of people that they did. So with that, I think it was a huge success.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Also, you know, I mean, I was also comparing, like, you know, the goal they set compared to other games on Kickstarter and stuff, and I was like, these guys don't want like anything. Like, you know, like it was such a small goal compared to some other card games who had, you know, I don't even remember which, but another card game on Kickstarter at the time, they're like, oh, we need $400,000, you know, and I was like, why? These guys just need like 20, you know, so yeah, that was really really cool to see. Have you spent the money yet, Martin? Like.
For the moment, no. We have received also money for the from how do you say? I don't know the English name.
Really?
From the Belgian government, we have some money for some help.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
grant?
the word either. Yeah, grant,
Is it
right?
a grant funding?
Yeah, like some kind of thing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have all these things to think about, and maybe we will have to get more funds also to get the to work on a new client. So it's really complex at the moment. And that's why it's when we get into the new place I was talking about. It's
new
it's really going
offices,
to
right?
start. Yeah, exactly.
At the beginning of next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
January.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
nice, right?
exciting. Yeah, we look forward to show you the new place.
I didn't know. I remember another thing we are gonna cover on this show. But also, you haven't picked up any new programmer, right? Like, or have you?
No.
Have you employed? No.
No. That's also the big question.
Yeah, the big question.
The first thing we do is we're going to pay ourselves.
Sounds
For
smart.
Yeah, you guys deserve it for sure.
So that's what we have now we have money to do it. We don't do it at the moment, but we will have we will use it for it starting in January, and then we will think about hiring and how much people we can hire and how much money we still have to get. That's.
I'm adding a picture to the stream. There we go. Bam.
You guys have done such a good job though. Like it sounds like such this like impossible task. Like, we have like you as devs probably have like 3 billion things that you have to get done, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy. But you guys have done such a good job. Like, it's mind blowing. Like, I was talking to a friend in my programming class at the end of the year about, I'm telling everyone about Faeria, like, hey guys, do you like card games? You guys should play this game. Even if you don't like card games, like, you should play this game. Try it out. But I was talking to them about like sorry. Background. It's a programming class. Our professor was, a professional programmer for a high-level company, all these kind of things. So we're always talking about companies and, how to program, what they program and stuff like that. So I brought up Faeria, and I brought up like how it's just like pretty much like one, maybe 1.5, 2 programmers, and then the rest are, working on the game together. And my professor was shocked at that, like how your game has progressed, how the community has built up, how much funding you guys got on Kickstarter. Because he's like, no, and he's like a professional. He was like, no, if I heard about 4 people trying to do a game, he's like, that's what you hear in a college dorm room, and it never goes anywhere. But the fact that you guys have like done this and put so much time and effort, like it's unbelievable. You guys have worked so hard.
I added to the
crazy.
I added to the stream the picture of the new time bomb.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is amazingly cool. Even though I do like the Super Mario look of the old picture.
I know. I love the old one. Can we have both?
That could be one of the cosmetic stuff that you sell later, right?
The placeholders, maybe.
Yeah, so
That would be nice.
that could be yes,
The
placeholder
placeholders
bundle.
become like ultra rare art.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, definitely. I mean, seriously, you should have that like an option. Like, you should sell for, I don't even know what, like, I would probably pay as much as $5 for like to the option to have all the placeholder art instead, right? I would pay for that. I would pay for that. That would be. There you go. First cosmetic option to have. But this art is made by. I mean, I'm doing this quotations like new artist. He's not employed full time though, is he?
No, and that's exactly the if you need to hire a new coder, it's really complex.
Mhm.
But for illustration, it's more like small contracts. And that's also one thing we will use the money for, like very quickly. In January, we'll begin to pay because all these illustrations you see in the game for the moment, none of them have been paid at the moment. So it's really crazy. Also, we see it's
Because
we're a
it's
small
Jen,
team, but
right?
yeah. No. Jen is not like she has done some of the work, but all the new art I've posted on the forum, it's all people that will get paid, and
Oh, okay.
but they still trust us and they do this work. It's really great to see the all these.
The new
And
time
they
bomb
really-
is amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it.
All the art from
Mhm.
I don't even know how to say the name, but all of his art in the new art is just like mind blowing. Like you see it and you're just like, wow.
Yes.
Like there's so much going on. It looks so clean and it's just like you just look at it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I mean, I was blown away by. Well, so this is time bomb. I'm gonna bring up the other one, the previous one, and I was more or less blown away by, like, how would someone imagine this? Like, I'm just stunned that someone has the mind to picture this and then draw it, right? Like, it's
I guess
pretty cool.
we have a lot of sort of information to give about the lore, and it's also the Jen's work that it's talking a lot with the illustrators and giving them about the. She's also selecting the illustrators. It's
But she's done a lot of it. I mean, the illustrations that you have in the game already, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Jen. Yeah.
Like some tribes, she illustrate like the mochis and the tikis and
Mhm. She's
Uh,
your
Sagami
in-house
is-
artist, right?
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's what
Her
I
art is so great.
love it.
Like one of the first things that anybody I've shown the game to, they notice is the aesthetics and the art, and it's just like it instantly captures them. Like that. I mean, when I was watching, I forget his name. Oh God. Anyway, what's his name was playing Tornus when he was playing. When I went to the website and like all the art and all the cards and everything, I was just like, oh my God, this looks amazing.
Mhm.
And like, oh man.
It was
This
first.
new art is crazy.
It was first after someone told me that that a lot of the art when I started playing was placeholders. I was like, really? I thought they were really good.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. But yeah, that's the same reaction I had. I'm like, what? No, they're not. This looks awesome.
Oh, awesome. I'm gonna actually show the dragon. It's by the same artist, right? Add media file. The time bomb and the dragon.
Which dragon?
The Tyra Cater.
Oh, the Tyrannix?
Oh, the Tyrannex. Oh yeah. No, it's not the same artist. It's
It's
another.
not? Oh,
artist.
really? It's
Yeah.
two different? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. So okay, here's the dragon made by another artist then. Holy shit!
Yes.
I thought it was the
And
same. I totally.
The time bomb was from an artist from Netherlands,
Oh, okay.
and Tyrannex is a girl from Taiwan.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That because
Well,
that one I read up about. I went to her portfolio and everything.
You have a very, very international team now. It's really crazy. It's really, really fun.
Oh.
I didn't realize that it was so many different people. I always thought it was like one or two, but
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
wow. Yeah, it is.
So the question I had way back was just would like to hear what you have to say, Martin, about the player base being small now. Like I guess some people who aren't used to the concept of investing into a game and having it be developed before going into the PR machine and getting it out there would probably be worried about oh my God, the game is dying because it's so small. That would be one side of the coin, right? And the other side would be that no, it's it's not a problem because we're right now like developing the game, so it's gonna be a while until we try to push it onto people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you have to say about that topic? About the player base being smaller now, and is it a thing that you guys worry about right now, or you know,
I-
how important is it to you?
It's still one of our main concerns for the moment because we know we have to focus soon on the new client, but we want the beta experience to stay a very fun experience for all. But this problem with the new players that was already in the game for a long time, that it's hard to play against all those competitive players.
Yeah.
So it's a problem we wanted to fix for a long time, and now there is also less activity because we do patches less frequently, and we do less news and less communication about the game. And we wanted to fix this first, and but it's still one of a concern. And I understand that, so as you said. That it's a beta and we should not worry too much because it's still in development, and it's as long as the community is still there, and there's if it's a very strong community, maybe it's even better for the project.
You have some very dedicated players.
Mhm.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
who's actively playing.
Mhm.
Or at least, you know, sticking with the game in the sense that, you know, once you throw a new patch out there, like, okay, let's see how this works. And, you know, yeah, I myself aren't that worried, but, you know, as many people know, I'm not actively playing either. But I'm not playing many games. Like, I have like an hour per day now to do anything else than sleep, eat, and work this month. Yeah, as I said, I
Sounds
work.
awful.
I work 11 hours tomorrow. It's gonna be fun, and it's like the worst day of the year tomorrow. Well, except the day before New Year's, which is the one day that is worse. So, yeah, we sell alcohol. People wanna drink that shit. You know. Anyway, yeah, I'm of the opinion that I don't think you. I mean, I don't think you should worry, but that's why I asked you guys. You know, how big of a concern it is to you, as you are the developers, and you obviously know what's important for you.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to hopefully having the game greenlit on Steam, obviously.
Yeah,
and
that
I
will
think,
be the big step, of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
I think that's when you're gonna, you know, get a lot of players into the game naturally.
Do you guys want? Well, I feel like it shouldn't be green light until the client's out. But is that? I don't know. What do you think as developers? Do you want it to be greenlit with the client or the Flash now, or do you want to wait for the like in an ideal world?
To be in Steam, I think we will need a new client. It will be like
Oh, okay.
ideal. Yeah, so we don't need to be on Steam with the beta, or maybe in the beta, but just when we have the new client.
Because I know,
So,
yeah, once the client gets out and it's on Steam, that's huge.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I've been one day for like an hour, if it's on the front page of Steam, instantly draws in hundreds and hundreds of people. Like, there was games I, found that, were in progress or whatever, and then they did some special deal. They got on the Steam front page for like, I don't even know, maybe like a day, and it just said free to play, new game, come join our beta. And they went from like, 200 people online to 1,500 in a day, and it has stayed. It dropped down to around like 800, but the influx of people just being on Steam is
People
huge.
are
I'm
always
so
looking.
excited when it gets green light with a client on Steam. That's gonna be awesome.
People are always looking for free-to-play games on Steam.
And you guys have done such a good job of addressing like for example, like the new pre-made thing. That's so awesome. Like, you guys have made continually amazing steps. Like,
yeah, it's really step after step, and
yeah.
I really hope also we find other ways for people, for like players who play a lot, to keep the interest in the game also. And it's also with some draft mode and all this kind of Because if we have a very strong community that stays during the beta, and it still should be a very fun experience.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And I
Okay.
know there's a lot of people that are literally just waiting for the winter patch, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, I cannot wait for this winter patch." So I'm really excited for it.
Everything right now is called winter. It's the winter patch. It's a winter sale. It's everywhere. It's winter, winter, winter.
Yeah.
But here where I live, where we usually have snow, there's no snow in sight. It's just raining. It's been like autumn all year long.
Well, it's
So
a known
bad.
fact that Florida is 50% closer to the sun than the rest of the world, so we don't have anything
You're
but
like
90-degree
snow.
weather.
What is that? I've seen it in movies.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, snow's only been in Florida, I think, once ever.
And that was during
Well,
the
like-
Ice Age.
Yeah, that was during the Ice Age. And the rest of the time, the weather's like 100 or 90. Like 90 is like good weather. It's stupid. I hate Florida so much. It's so hot.
In chat, let's see. Client equals ends of me playing at work. Not necessarily. Oh, one guy saying that once the client hits, it's gonna be the end of him playing at work, which is not necessarily a bad thing. If he
You just
still
gotta
has,
put it on flash drive,
if
you
he
know?
still has his job left. Guild info. Yeah, is there any info on the guild stuff? I guess. Yeah,
no.
Martin.
Yeah, not at the moment.
No.
Unfortunately, we could not work on these.
Yeah, you're such a small team. I was expecting you to say that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's coming during the beta or for the new client. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I would say for the new client. I would say it will not. We won't work on this on the old one.
Yeah.
How much longer do we really have in beta?
Beta?
Is there like a timetable? Yeah. Because wasn't there someone saying
they
like
said
a while
7,
ago
8
it's like
months
yeah, 7,
at
8 months.
Yes.
Kickstarter.
I would say, but it's hard to say. Really,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
sure,
it's not a-
it's
yeah, it's not
we
a set
haven't
thing.
started. We don't even know how big the team will be. So
Yep.
it's.
And that's fine.
But we will have of course, we want to release the game during next year. So
Yep.
that's will depend.
Yeah, an example is this other game called Stardew Valley, which is made by one guy, but it's being published by Shucklefish, the same guys who did Starbound, which is just out in playable early access. And this guy was, expecting. I interviewed him back in like February last year, this year, back in February, and he was like back then like, well, I'm expecting it to be out before the end of the year, but some time ago he's like, that's not happening. It's hard to predict what will happen down
Yeah.
the road.
Development takes so long.
Yeah.
I never appreciated how long it took till I finished my programming class, and then I was like, man, I'm doing, the simplest things that are so uncomplicated, and those take me, a fair amount of time because it takes a while to get it all going. But
Everybody
yeah.
should take that class. Everybody
Yeah,
on the
well, because
internet.
everyone says, "Oh yeah, it's not easy to make a game," but then you're the guy playing all the games, and you're like, "Yeah, it's easy. Come on, you just have to make a guy that shoots bullets. That's not hard at all. Come on, it doesn't take much."
Everybody is some
And then,
freaking
like,
game developer on the internet.
Yeah, and then I took a course in it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to make this guy move? Are you kidding?" Oh my god, you know how long? Yeah, so you guys have been doing like after I took my class and realized like actually how much you guys have been doing, like holy cow, you guys have been doing so much. It's crazy.
We did cover classic mode. I guess we didn't go into exact details, but I mean it's gonna be a queue, right? And it will be the way you play and rank up to level 30, where you can access ranked play. Is there anything anything you want to add to the classic mode, Martin?
You get memory and experience as you
Yes.
do with the ranked mode at the moment.
And you can unlock, and you will unlock as you level up. You unlock pre-made decks. There should be 7, 8 pre-made decks to unlock in this upcoming patch, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what classic mode is. I mean, it feels like pretty much like League of Legends, where you play, you play unranked up to max level. Um, hmm. Seems I like it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not even sure I'm gonna play ranked ever. But I'll probably play ranked. Okay, are we? We probably lost the trail there, but are we? Should we talk about the cards?
I actually have to go very soon.
Oh yeah, you had to go. Martin, are you talking some cards with me before we end the show? The last
Yeah,
episode.
of
Oh,
course.
thank you.
Do this.
My mom told me yesterday, she's like, "Oh yeah, so your grandparents and family friends are coming, so you need to, make sure you have everything done by this time so we can all go out as a family." And I'm
Go
like,
do the dishes.
yeah. Yeah. So, I hate to leave. And we have Martin of all days.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, we
so
didn't have many. Omri is like he's studying. He might actually show up though, but he's back at university studying because they do that on Sundays over there. And Joyful is I'm not right now, but he couldn't show up because he's having a lot of stuff happening on his stream. I mean, work and stuff to put in. Like he's come a long way. That guy. Jesus Christ! If
Yeah.
you're not following, you should all go follow Joyful Rogue on Twitch. He's amazing streamer. Streams a lot of games. It's been part of this show since we started. Yeah, well, at least we can cover some cards then. I'm gonna start doing that now. So this has been the last week of the card contest in the sense that you've been able to make and make structures, come up with cards that you want to be in the game, and the developers will soon decide on which was the best structure card, and that will be added to a poll where people vote, and the winner of that poll will be added with the upcoming patch.
all right, well, I have to go now.
Yeah, take care, K-Civ.
Bye.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Martin, for working so hard. Thank you, Andre, for hosting. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was some really good cards this week. I'm really sad that I can't talk about it, but I know.
and thanks, K-Civ, for starting everything with the idea of having some type of talk thing, community event.
Yes. Well, thank you for hosting. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for everything.
Take care, K-Civ.
But anyway, so I gotta go. But anyway, I'm sorry I'm missing talking about the structure, but there's some really good ones this week. I'm really excited to see which one wins. So I'm really excited.
Oh,
so I'll be back and I'll watch the video of this and everything. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Martin, again.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Structures. So it's just you and me, huh? I'm just gonna take them by, what do you call it? Like, we're gonna start with the one starting with an A. So in order of letters. I don't even know what you call that in English. Alright, here we go. So the first card. So you can. Are you watching the stream, Martin? Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just re-add you to the
I
overlay.
guess there will be the delay.
Yeah, there's a delay. I'm just gonna re-add you though, cause now he left, so it messed up. There we go, adding you to the. So hard sometimes. There we go. Has your wall always been red?
Yeah.
It's such a, I don't know, interesting color to have on the wall.
Yeah, into the kitchen. Yeah, it's quite.
It's in the kitchen also, or are you in the kitchen?
Yeah. It's in the kitchen now.
Wow. Well, I like the Christmas tree. Since I live alone, I don't
Yeah,
bother with the
and there's
Christmas tree thing.
A Christmas yak also in the.
You have a Christmas jack?
Yeah.
Where?
Of course. It's near the tree. I could show you it.
You should show us.
Don't know if it's.
I think I see it. Wait.
Oh, okay. I think
Oh,
it's
there
visible.
we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has lights and everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Cool. When are those being made and sent out to people who should get that on Kickstarter? Is that being done like closer to release?
I during the next year, I guess. Jen
Mhm.
has to organize all this, but it's coming. It's coming.
I'm just getting out of this shirt. I'm getting all warm here. All right. Anyway, so let's. People are thinking the Christmas Jack is awesome. You should probably take a picture of it and put up on the forum at some point.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
You should share the Christmas Jack. Alright. So this card we're looking at to begin with here, the first structure of the night is Athanor. It is a accumulator 2, which means it accumulates 2 energy. So then you can spend 2 energy, add 1 energy to target structure. Okay, I see where this is going. So this card, you spend 2 energy and you get an energy to another structure. That's interesting. It's like a power plant,
Yeah,
more or
you
less.
you can play with a lot of structures with it.
It will make the red structures amazing.
For example, or to play with against or with your disruptor.
Wikicock.
Yeah, or weathercock.
Yeah, I can see this being just this adds a lot of power to any type of structure that uses energy.
Yeah, and giving and removing energy is interesting and something that is not in the game at the moment.
It is an interesting mechanic and idea, really. I love all these contests. People come up with some really interesting ideas. You're being like, oh, I never thought of this. This is not even in the game. Like this could add a whole new dimension to a lot of cards. Which each time we've done this is the third week we've done like looking at the contest and the cards. Each week it's been like many of the ideas I feel are like made for expansions, right? Like it's like it should be like a big update. It should be like a big update with plenty of new cards with these new mechanics, right? That is what I feel on a lot of levels. So that's an interesting card.
I haven't checked what the name was. I haven't
Athanor is what it says on the card, though.
Yeah. I don't know what it means.
No, I have no clue either. K-Siv, who just left us for spending Christmas with family, he was the one who he's responsible for adding these cards, and I'm showing them. And so when I saved all the pictures, I didn't go to the threads and read the description though. So we might be getting something wrong. Maybe the one who made the card had some idea of how it should be used that we're missing, but that's part of it. So let's go to the next one.
Oh, I read it's a alchemy tool. Okay.
Oh, it's an alchemy tool.
Interesting.
That is actually interesting.
Yeah, I like it. I really like the concept.
I just thought Athanor sounded really cool though. People are really creative, like they are coming up with some good names and stuff. Let's see here. So here we have the next one. It's a red card because it requires mountains, and it's accumulator 3. It says lands may not be played or converted within. Lands may not be played or converted within 2 hexes of Azrael's Eternity. Azrael's Eternity is destroyed when it has 3 energy. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's really cool structure. Yeah, so it's basically very good for the turtle deck who don't want to be attacked and reach. It's really nice, really nice.
So lands may not be played or converted. So it actually stopped. Like if you put it down on the border, like close to your opponent, he can't put any lands close to it until the structure is removed. I like that. It's pretty cool. Dranreb asks in chat, are these fan-made cards that could be in the game? And yes, there's been this contest running where where the devs have asked the people to come up with cards to be in the game, right? And then the devs pick their favorite, and we'll have a poll by tomorrow, I would assume, where you can vote on which one out of 3 different cards that are gonna be in the game by like a few days. So it's pretty soon. And we might see these cards. This week it was structures, previous week it was events, and the first week it was creatures. But also I think you guys said on the forum that out of all of the cards you've seen, there are many that you like that might still make it into the game anyway.
We have already the list of things, IDs, and sometimes some of the IDs go into this list that we have. So it's really cool, really a lot of good IDs, and this one is also excellent ID. I'm not sure about the converted rule.
Yeah.
I'm
Might be
not
too
sure
powerful.
it's needed. I'm not sure it's needed, but the rest I really like a lot.
I like the idea of it just being a way to stop your opponent from building land in a certain area, right?
Mhm.
Like you just nope, you're not gonna get here. And
Yeah,
I like that
exactly.
idea. So the next card up is another red card. It's called Battering Ram. Hopefully you'll see it soon. Auto collect. So it's an auto collector. 1 energy. Move Battering Ram by 1 hex or deal 2 damage to an adjacent creature or structure. Huh.
So that's
A
kind
mobile structure.
of like a creature that has the structure type.
Uh-huh. That's
It's
really, really cool, actually. Just the concept is really cool. Not sure I like a battering ram to auto-collect, though.
Yeah, maybe it should be a machine or some kind of I don't know. But
That could also be a whole expansion, Martin. Like the the machine expansion, adding a lot of like new creature types being machines. I don't know.
Yeah.
and structures, stuff like
Sure.
that. And as Moki Fellow says in chat, he likes the idea of more forward structures. Most of them are played in the back right now. That's probably referring to the previous card. So, well, the concept is really cool here. I definitely like also the idea of a battering ram. I think the art is pretty cool as well. Like you can see it from the side, what it is, what it does. It looks like a tank with a battering ram. So it does 2 damage to an adjacent creatures. That's just cool. So it's I would say it's really good anti-structure card as well, and it has 3 hit points. It's pretty cool card. Pretty cool card. I like it. I like the whole idea of machines. Okay. Next card. We're going through them pretty much more quicker today than we did on earlier episodes because, well, it's just me and Martin, so not much discussing them, I guess, as much as it was when we had many people and somebody had something cool to say. Okay, next card is a blue card. Court of Knowledge. Players can't spend more than 1 action per turn drawing cards. Oh. Huh. Players can spend more than 1 action per turn drawing cards. That's also really interesting. Oh my god, some of these structures are amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm surprised to see this in a blue, still color, but I like the.
Yeah, maybe the color is wrong.
Yeah, I would say the color is wrong, but I like the mechanic. It's quite fun.
So you're limiting both players. So you would probably play this in a deck where you are drawing cards not by actions but by using other cards and abilities.
Yeah, that's why maybe it's blue, of course. It's with the good synergy with like an easy synergy with these cards.
Yeah, definitely. And while if you play it like that, then you will obviously be hurt. I mean, you are crippling your opponent because he's can't draw cards unless he also is playing a similar strategy, but that's not happening often. So it is a situational card, but it's really just pure awesome idea again. Like again, I like the concept. I'm probably gonna say that about every card. I like the concept. I'll just have that on repeat. Um, Players can spend more than one action per turn. That's pretty cool. What do you guys in chat think? We're being more interactive today with what you guys are saying. For you guys in chat are like the rest of the guests here today. So okay, let's see. I'm removing that and adding the next. Meanwhile, we'll see if the chat says anything. Faeria drill.
Yeah.
Next card is also blue.
Yeah.
And it's the it's the Faeria drill. Fortune Hunter in. Oh, one guy said that with the previous card we would have Fortune Hunter in every deck.
Maybe, yeah.
That's true. Okay, so this card is 1 energy, spawn an additional Faeria on target Cyclone.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Faeria
Another
drill.
really interesting structure, I think.
Manipulating the Faeria spawns.
Hmm.
We already
Which,
have that in some cards. In a few cards.
Yeah, the Moonwell, you can manipulate the Farias cycle with the Dolmen and with the cards that change time, and like the Solar Engineer and the Blue Dragon and so.
Yeah. So it definitely fits in that. Like I think it fits because you already have stuff like that. In that sense, it fits because you know it might make a strategy where you manipulate the wells more so valid, like you build a deck around doing so.
Yeah, I would say it's good so with the cards that have like the Tiki Bonga and Fortune Hunter, and so you can use their bonus always. Or the
Yes.
Shaman, for example, the Shaman is more usable with this one.
That's true. That's very, very true. I did not even think about that. So this probably goes into a dual-colored deck, yes.
Maybe.
Probably. Maybe that's why he thought that having 2 lakes might limit that, but I mean, still, we've seen that two land requirements isn't really stopping you from
It's okay, yeah.
splashing it.
Especially if you know you're going to be like blue-green, and so you can accept 2 lakes.
Oh, definitely. Awesome. Alright, moving on. I was
But very good card, very good card, I think.
yes. Has any one of these been one of the ones that are on your list of winners of this?
Yes, this one was on the list.
Oh, Faeria?
Yeah, it was on the list, and Eternity also was on the list, and
Hey, we're picking.
and for the
good
other
cards.
ones, it depends. It was on the list of some, and some others not.
Awesome. Wow, this picture is actually a photograph of a market. Okay, Kobold Black Market. I like all of these Kobold themes cards that has been suggested and that are already in the game. I like it. As long as Kobold Black Market is in game, drawing cards cost you gold instead of actions. What? That is so awesome, and maybe I don't know. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, with these decks with fraudulent operation and those decks that have like 100 gold, it's really crazy.
Yeah, red by one exactly. You. Oh my god! Even if you get like, I mean, you can get to 10 gold, and you'll be like, well, so I need to dig for a few cards. I can spend 3 gold, and I'll still have 7 gold and 3 actions. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it's a crazy card. It's a very good ID as well, I think, and it's also the black market is a good ID as a.
I like the name. I like the idea
name.
of a black market structure card. I like crazy cards like this though. I love it. So I would probably
It's
like to see it as this in game, but I'm not sure if I mean I'm a little bit nervous that it might be just it could break the game, but I don't know. It could be cool. And yes, we are not talking about the cost of playing the cards, because that is up to the devs to decide, because it's obviously a balance thing, and you know, that is subject to change definitely. Um, oh, that's pretty awesome. Oh, love it, love it. Kobold Black Market.
Yeah, really cool.
Amazing, amazing. Next card is also a Kobold card. It's the Slave Stall. Um, which has, what is that? That's 3 miners photoshopped in, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which are slaves now, apparently. 2 gold. Create a 1/1 throw slave token. Token cannot collect Faeria on adjacent land you control. Oh, okay, yeah, we want to see more token stuff. We've said that on the show before.
Yes, exactly. And it's not. We're not ready for them. The code is not ready for it. But we also want to see them. They're not really coming in the game soon. So that would be one problem of this card.
What would be a problem, you said?
That's the tokens are not coming in the game.
Yeah.
Soon, but the card is interesting
because the kobolds enslaved the trolls.
Yeah, but you can create, if you have enough gold, you can create like a lot of trolls with
but
one.
It's just 1/1 though.
Yeah.
But
you can
still,
really block land block the.
Surg the board with trolls.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a kind of funny card.
that is awesome. Awesome. Maybe that could. I just thought about the token cannot collect Faeria thing. Maybe that might be a thing for all tokens. Like that would be a certain aspect of tokens.
Maybe.
Like you cannot have tokens be collectors. I don't know
Maybe.
how that would affect.
That's true.
It's an interesting idea to at least limit what you can use tokens for. And then someone said Vault Fire Flap.
Yes, that's true.
Ouch. Yep, best counter against this card. Well, I like it. We need more token cards. Hopefully the devs save all of these great ideas and use them later on.
Yeah, of course we're thinking about tokens in the game.
Yeah, tokens is such a, I don't know, such an obvious thing to look at when you're having a card board game like this. The next card is the Old Clock Tower, which has production. Your opponent's... What the frack? This is new to me. I haven't seen a card that that does something with the game time clock. That is actually interesting. What this does is it has production, so your opponent's game time loses 45 seconds. That is another version of death clock. I mean, the death clock strategy.
It's funny, a funny card. The bad thing is you could stack them. So if you stack 3 of them, you win the game.
That is what? Wait, that is 45. That's 1.5. That's like 2 minutes and 15 seconds each turn.
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's no. I love this. I love this. I think this is at least a concept that should be explored. It maybe shouldn't be 45 seconds, but
I must say we have thought about this earlier. I've seen many comments in the chat that the game is not ready because there's still bugs and so that must be one of the problems. Maybe later we can play with time in the gameplay. Maybe
that would be interesting.
I think it's kind of crazy and interesting.
I can already picture like cards where the opponent loses minutes equal to amount of gold or fair.
Oh no.
No, okay, maybe it should be seconds. I don't know. It's just interesting.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's a bit too strong. Like 2 gold, 1 Faeria. It's too. It's a bit too cheap also for the effect.
Yeah. I agree with Chad with the idea is really being really cool, but this card is really too strong as is, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
But playing, it's just I was blown away there with the idea of actually playing with the timer as well. Like I just thought that was the interesting part with this card.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Because
it's very cool to see this card in the contest also.
Oh, definitely. This is what makes the contest so fun. all these crazy cards where sure, I mean, it's nothing wrong with the idea, and once you think about it, as people say, like, oh, it's just too strong as is, but wait a minute, like, the idea is really interesting. We don't have anything that affects the timer, but the timer's a part of the game. Maybe there should be, even though I guess many other card games does not have it, but it's I don't know, I maybe
Why not?
why
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly, why not?
Why not?
At least
Really-
something to test maybe internally.
Yeah, maybe internally to test. That's true. First, to see if it's not too frustrating. I don't know.
Adding cards that
That's-
adds time and
I don't know.
the game
It's-
takes
It's
forever.
very interesting. Very interesting. It's like if a card like was making your I don't know. It's another idea, but if your card makes your screen of your opponent goes darker or something like this.
Somebody
that's you.
said gain time if your opponent has more than you wouldn't be too bad, and that you see, like, that's a way to play with time. That's really interesting.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah,
That doesn't break the game.
Mhm.
That's true.
that's interesting. So that's it's possible to play with time.
Oh, definitely,
To
definitely.
keep it balanced.
It's about the balance that is the scary part, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, next card is the Scapegoat Totem. Whenever your opponent would damage a creature you control. Whenever your opponent would damage a creature you control with an event or ability, Scapegoat Totem loses 1 life instead. Aha! I see. So it's like, doesn't we have something similar to this? Or what am I? I'm thinking about the one where, if they damage the orb, you have a card that does. I don't know. We have similar mechanics, don't we? I'm just trying to be. Yeah, there we go. It's similar to the pylon.
Pylon. Yeah.
Yes, that was the one I
Yeah.
was thinking about.
Very, very interesting card. I think. And so.
But this is
it's-
against events and abilities. It's not.
It's just a very great card, I think.
Mhm.
This one. Yeah, very, very great. I don't think it will be possible to code, but I think it could have won if it was codable.
If it was easier to implement.
Yeah, exactly. So
Damn it! Great idea being
But
crippled
so
by
we're
the
keeping it.
programming.
definitely
Definitely.
keeping it for later.
Yeah, obviously, like, I mean, as you said before as well, like, I mean, if an idea is like, oh, this is great, but right now it's just too time consuming or, to implement, it doesn't mean that it's being thrown away. It's meaning that, oh, this is great. We're gonna keep this for when we can implement it. So yeah. And music to my ears, they say in chat. I guess maybe he's either he likes it or he's the one who made it. I actually have no idea who made each card. I just saved the pictures. So yeah, if you see your card on the show and you're in chat, you should definitely raise your hand and be like, "Oh, that's my card,"
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know Martin, if Kasov did a card this week, or were he just happy with the previous week?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because I don't know, and he's not here, so I can't ask him. But I know he was really happy to be in the poll. I guess what he was saying before is that he will be voting for himself.
Yeah. I guess. It's okay.
Yeah, obviously it's okay. Shaitan Magnet. Okay, this is interesting.
Another interesting card.
Another interesting card, Martin says. That's a
Yes.
good crap, I don't know, a rating to get. Production. It steals 1 Faeria from your opponent and adds it to your Faeria. If the opponent has no Faeria, Shaitan Magnet loses 1 life. Ah, I see. So if you see your opponent playing this, you just make sure you have no Faeria and it will slowly die. I see. This is really cool and really interesting. And yellow, yeah. It's really good. It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting and it's well designed, I guess. I like it. I've seen in the thread suggestion so that when you steal the Faeria, the magnet lose life.
Yeah.
It was another idea that was interesting.
It might be too powerful with
Yeah.
not like maybe it should lose one life. When stealing Faeria, meaning that because if it doesn't, crap, I have no idea which is the
I don't
better.
know.
It's
I don't know.
definitely something to think about. But again, it's great card.
Yeah, it's really nice card as well.
And it costs you Faeria to play it, which so at least you need to collect some to play it. But once you do, you're like, I don't need to collect. I'll just steal, unless your opponent actually reads what the hell it does, and I mean, it's easy to counter. It is.
But if he has no Faeria, then it's still hard to
play.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's still...
But I mean, what you need to do as the opponent is that, oh shit, okay, so you need to be like, if I collect this amount, I need to spend it. Like that is what you need to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're forced to spend the Faeria, which I don't know. It isn't too bad. I would love to try it.
It brings a lot of interaction in the game, I guess.
Which we like.
Yes.
Who doesn't run 3 wishes now? Says Nubsauce Faeria. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know.
I don't do it.
Just a question, says Dranrib. Has the change to Sunlight Hope been considered, allowing you to target any creature for hazard synergy?
Yeah, I've seen this and I think it's really interesting. I will suggest it for the next patch. It's really interesting.
There you go. Awesome. Okay, next up we have 4 more cards, and we'll be about done with the episode. Shielding Tower. So I like when it's these like schematic arts, and it's like, oh, you're like, you take some time to look at the art. Whenever a creature, structure, or land. Okay, whenever a creature, structure, or land is target of an effect, Shielding Tower prevents it. Lose 1 Faeria. If you have 0 Faeria... What? No! We just lost Martin. If you have 0 Faeria, Shielding Tower is destroyed. Oh, so you need to fuel this with Faeria? That's interesting. It has range 2. I see. I like this card. I wish Martin would be back soon. I don't want to be here all alone. This episode turned out great. We all knew it was we all, at least here doing the show, knew this was the last one of the season 1 of this year, because we're all taking holiday breaks, and as you've seen, Kasiv had limited time, Omri couldn't make it, Joyful couldn't make it. It was me, Kasiv, and Martin, and then me, Martin, and this is like the Hunger Games, man. Did I win? Did I win? I think he's back. I'm just gonna find him alone here, Martin. There we go. Call.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I thought I was like, if this is Hunger Games, I think I just won.
Yeah, what's the last one?
Turn on the camera again, because I just make regular call.
Yeah. Okay. I'm back.
There we go. Awesome. Whew. Good. I was like, oh well, I'll end the show myself. So, did you see this card, Shielding Tower?
Yeah, I remember about it. Yeah.
Whenever a creature, structure, or land is target of an effect, Shielding Tower prevents it. Lose one Faeria. If you have 0 Faeria, Shielding Tower is destroyed and it has range 2. So within 2 hexes around this, it does its thing, right? It prevents creature, structure, or land of effects, and it it also costs. I mean, what it says here is you lose one Faeria, but if you have 0 Faeria, this one is destroyed. So pretty much you're fueling it with Faeria. Like, you need to have Faeria for it to be there, I guess.
Yeah,
the text is, I guess,
it's very complex.
Yeah.
The text.
I think the text need to be simplified, so it's more easily understood. I mean, just the fact that he wrote ST instead of Shielding Tower is just to fit the text.
Yeah, I guess.
So, well.
And the range 2 also is a very interesting concept, but it's also adding a lot of complexity in the card.
Oh, definitely. It's a Shielding Tower, as clearly shown, illustrated in the illustration here. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, of course it's quite powerful as a card. If you have enough area it makes like counter. It's like a counter. It's very interesting that several players thought about it.
Okay.
To add structures to counter events and abilities and effects.
So
I
guess that's because people want to see just that, like, not just structures, but cards that gives you the ability to stop events and abilities from happening.
Exactly, because now we know in the game the combat tricks are too important in the game. And, so I hope that's another thing that we are working on at the moment. We are testing the strike back system. It's interesting.
It's interesting, yeah, because you're okay. We could just, you could tell us how is that going? Like, when you say strike back system, you're testing it. Are you talking about the fact that when a creature attack another creature, it always deals damage back?
Yeah, exactly. The retaliate. So it's on the private server at the moment. So we're playing some games when we can, because we still have a lot of other work.
Definitely.
It's interesting to dig.
Yeah. So that means also you guys are not even near a conclusion to whether you like it or not.
Not really. We can have like a good feeling about it. Maybe we have a good feeling that it's nice in some points. It's like when you play something, it's always giving you something back.
How much is the retaliate at the moment when you're testing? Is it the same as the power of the creature?
Yes, exactly. And we didn't change any card, so it's really rough testing. And also, one conclusion we can have now, it's really more interesting to attack structures and orb. Because you can go
because they don't retaliate. Yeah.
They don't retaliate, and you will retaliate. So you will use your power against your other creatures, while you can hit the structures and the orb.
Okay.
That's also interesting.
So yeah. The criminal says, I think creatures with strikeback should deal extra damage when retaliating.
Maybe we need, maybe, I don't know. We were more thinking about giving creatures bonuses when they attack. So that
and haste cards would need rebalancing. And
yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's
the
a
whole
lot
game.
The whole game. Yeah.
Really. We were aware of
they are aware, guys. It's not like they're like, oh, well, let's...
no, really, it's really a lot of cards. It's really a huge work if we say, okay, it's this thing, this direction.
I'm guys watching this, I'm one of the guys who does not want this to be implemented. So that's my opinion about it. But it's been heavily discussed on the forums, and I think it's really good that you guys are testing it internally to see, because obviously without trying it, you have no clue really if it is interesting at all. Sometimes it sounds so good in theory, and then it's crap in practice.
And we will open the server, the private server, to test with more players.
Good.
This, of course, we're not. We're going to test this more and more with more players.
Let me know, and maybe one could stream a little bit from that. Be like, okay, here's testing. Maybe some people want to see it.
That would be really interesting.
Okay, next card. We have, I think, 2 or 3 left here, which is the Shrine of Ouroboros. That's an interesting name. I don't even know how to say it. Ouroboros, I guess. Each player loses 1 Faeria at the end of their turns. Each player loses 1 Faeria at the end of their turns. If the player cannot pay Faeria, their orb loses 1 life. It's another death clock. I see. And it's yellow this time. It's because it's a shrine. What do you think?
I think it brings a lot of dynamism into the game. Like a lot of values will be changing, and like Faeria for each player and orb. So it's fun. It's a really fun card.
Yeah, each player loses 1 Faeria at the end of their turns. And I mean, what happens if you synergize this with the other card that steals Faeria?
Oh yeah, the boss would have to.
Like you steal, and you have this, right? Like I mean, if you have both cards, you steal Faeria, and you have this, so you're like always bleeding your opponent. Like he has,
that would be nice.
He either have to keep Faeria to not bleed, but then you take the Faeria.
That's also a good thing about this card. It will be a good synergy with the new cards in yellow.
Yeah.
So that you can use it and starve your opponent of Faeria.
But that means you need to add 2 cards from this contest to get that synergy.
Yeah, that's true. No. I was saying with the Phalanx and the Aura Dreams and the other cards that will come in yellow to do Faeria denial.
And I think it's the criminal in chat. He says, "Lol, I didn't even think of this as a death clock. I just thought of this as fade denial."
Yeah, it's more fade denial than death clock. I think the death clock is not so important in this, but it's still affecting a bit. And
I think it should have it shouldn't just be lose 1 Faeria. That would make the card I feel dull. Like I like the fact that it's you lose 1 Faeria, but if you can't pay that, then you loses 1 life. Because isn't that a little bit about yellow being this orb affecting color?
Yeah, that's true. It's not exactly the way it interact. It's a bit weird in the team, but it's a very good card. I think it's has a very good chance to win this contest.
Oh! You heard it! All right, we'll see. Let's see what up next is. Okay, 2 more cards. Next is Tiki Village. We've been wondering where the bloody Tiki has their villages. Here it is! It's Accumulator 2. 1 energy, 1 Faeria. Summon a 1/2 Tiki warrior on target forest you control. And I guess that's the token thing again, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not happening right now. But again, we all like this. I like the idea. I like the concept.
Yeah.
It's the Tiki Village. Obviously,
really
it
cool.
summons a Tiki warrior. It's cool. It's
and
for
it's
a cost.
another like there was a green event that was creating Orklings.
Yeah, that's true.
previous-
That's true.
And it's another green card with token, and it's very interesting, I think, as well.
Dranreb
Very
said this is my favorite card so far. Are you talking about the Tiki Village, Danreb, or the previous card? We'll see what he says there. Yeah, no, yeah, this is definitely real cool. I am totally sold on getting tokens into the game, so I can't wait for that. And people are saying that yeah, 1 Fae is pretty cheap for a 1/2. Yeah, and it's accumulator 2. It actually means that once it accumulates 2 energy, you could actually get 2 Tiki Warriors 1/2s out if you just have the Faeria for it. Maybe it should be 1 energy 2 Faeria. You know, again, that is all balancing though. Maybe the strength and power of the token isn't just right either. Again, that's all balancing. But the overall gist and concept of the card is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, the Shrine was Stanreb's favorite card.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Nice.
Next card. The last card of the ones that we are going through on this episode. The last episode. Tower of Knowledge. 1 energy, discard 1 card, draw 1 card. So it's basic. It's colorless. So it pretty much gives you. Well, I guess it's open for synergy with cards that can give it more energy, like you know, suggested card earlier in this episode. But 1 energy, you discard 1 card, you draw 1 card. So I guess also the cost here is that you actually give up another 1 card for another card. That's actually a pretty interesting way of drawing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good card. That was also in our favorite list.
Because it's simple. Like I mean,
very simple and pure. And, yeah.
Like not every card that people think of has to be these filled ability text descriptions where it's like, okay, it does this, then it flips and flops and it does another thing. Roundhouse kick, yeah. It doesn't have to be advanced. It can be really simple and vanilla. I know Omri, the great old one who's not here with us right now because he's studying, is one of the guys who just wants more vanilla cards. He just wants more.
Yeah, maybe
creatures.
More.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, that was the last card. Anything you want to add about the card, Martin?
About what?
About this card. Was there anything more you wanted to say about it?
No, it's like a lighter version of the Tiki TP, and so
yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's also on the list, and if it's not winner of the contest, then it's on the list of IDs we are keeping.
Definitely.
For later. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
interesting.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at my document real quick if there was any topic that was really big or important, but no, didn't think so. No. It's yeah. So let's begin this ending with telling you guys that if you didn't hear at the beginning, I think we said it. This was the last episode of the Kappa Council for this year, at least. We haven't talked about when or if we're picking it up next year, but now it's not possible for us to make it. As you can see, like just making this episode was rough because of, you know, the holidays. And what people do. Casey have had, you know, family and friends coming over for the holidays. Great old one is just studying. I don't even know what you do at school this type of year, but I just hear from everybody I know that it's like a shit ton of stuff you need to finish before the end of this semester. And Joyful is had a lot of work with his stream. He's I know if you're following him, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening on with his stream and channel. A lot of cool things and good things for him. So kudos to Joyful actually for maybe making it into the streaming business. I would say
He deserves it.
Oh, he definitely. He's been a great part of this council for this season. With that said. Yeah, take care, Noob Sauce Faeria. Have fun with the dishes. And with that said, I'm just brainstorming if the Kappa Council comes back next year. when, I have no idea. Probably when, there's just stuff. Maybe it will just be not a regular thing. Maybe it will come back as like, oh, now there was a big release of stuff. Let's discuss that and do it as like a one-off episode. I think that is probably about what will happen. And maybe the people on the show will not be the same either. And it's always been open for changing. I know for a fact that we really wanted Cubes to be here more often because he's great as a guest. So I know that maybe he, if you're watching Cubes, maybe you should be the next permanent person on the council when it shows next time. But it's been great. It's been awesome fun. I hope you guys, Martin, enjoyed the episodes.
Yeah, and it's really, really cool. This Kappa Council, so from the beginning, and it was really interesting to follow all the episodes and to be in it. It's also very interesting to discuss with players.
It's been 9 episodes. I mean, that's.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's a lot of episodes. It's a lot of talking, and we know it's not over. Like we have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll be keeping an eye on the game. The big reason we're taking a break now is obviously the holidays, and another reason is also, it's after 9 weeks doing this every week, it is getting, it's now, it's getting to a point where it's a lot of work, and it's taking a lot of time.
Yeah, to be there every week and you cannot do other things. I think it's a lot. It's really already really amazing. All these 9 episodes, it's really a lot. I mean.
So yeah. So thank you everybody for watching. Please follow and subscribe to this channel. I know I'll be doing some type of streaming. I haven't been doing that for a while now because of my job, but I know I'll be doing some type of streaming during the days off work, which is like, when I say days off work, I mean like I might have 2 days of work, for Christmas and stuff. But there are some streaming happening, and also the Kappa Council will be back at some point with some special episodes at least. I would say that's at least gonna happen, but that will be in 2014. So yeah, I'm so bad at endings, but thank you very much, Martin, for showing up, talking about the patch, and discussing the cards. Can't wait to see the next patch coming. And we lost him. Okay, guys. that was the end. I just ended the episode though.
Yeah, okay. I had problems with internet.
It's okay. That was like the perfect ending, except you didn't get to say anything else there.
It's okay.
But dude, have a good night. Take care.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
And I'll see you on the forums.
Yeah, of course. See each other on the winter patch.
Yeah, and probably in the game playing. So
yeah.
Take care, Martin, and we'll speak again soon. You'll be a guest on here again.